Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland.
There will be lots of drama, that is for sure. The gloves are off.
Jetzt aber Attacke da vorne. Da musst du alles auf den Punkt bringen.
Oh my goodness!
Oh, da geht einer massiv fliegen.
What an amazing move!
Gibt's schöneren Rennsport?
Early August at Germany's Nürburgring in the Eifel region. Next stop for races 9 and 10 in the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. The weather perfect, the spectators numerous.
The Nürburgring, I think it's probably the most famous racetrack in the world. We're just driving the Grand Prix circuit, which is still amazing. Lots of undulation, lots of big curves we need to take, lots of very tricky braking zones.
Tricky and demanding, 3.629 kilometers per lap.
It's a new track for me in Cup car. It's a short track, a lot of laps, really interesting and it's quite cool to drive.
2 30-minute races plus 1 lap. The Carrera Cup is here. Nürburgring, second half of the season, good weather, many fans, all good. The fast one-make cup as part of the DTM. And he arrived in the Eifel as the leader. Dutchman Robert de Haan hoping to extend his lead. Behind him, Porsche Junior Alessandro Ghiretti and Flint Schuring. The Nordschleife, a few years ago, June 29, 2018. Timo Bernhard set the record. The lap record on the Nordschleife with the 919 hybrid was set a few years ago. This year we thought of something very special to try to beat it. Early August 2025 with very special vehicles on the Nordschleife, the track's northern loop. The Porsche Orga truck in the shadow of the safety car. I watched Timo's lap and noticed that you actually have more grip on the outside. With a heavy vehicle, you can drive a better line. He learned from the record-breaking driver and drove around the Nordschleife past the fans at top speed, past the fans, but unfortunately narrowly missed the record. It was close, but not enough. We'll keep trying. You can still feel it. It was very exhausting. I weigh a bit more than Timo. And so does the truck. You need courage to complete a track like that. Full throttle the whole time. A not-so-serious record attempt on the Nürburgring's northern loop. The run-up event to the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, which is entering the second half of the season in the Eifel region. Time for a quick review and a look at the ProAm standings. This is a separate classification for drivers who don't race full-time. In other words, race drivers without a professional background who are over 30 years old. Søren Sprang, for example, the reigning champion. He's battling it out with the others for the title. Pro-Am is very competitive and very exciting. I can't predict who will come out on top in the end. That probably won't be decided until the very last race. In the battle for the Pro-Am title, Søren Sprang, an entrepreneur from the Sauerland region, has had lots of bad luck this season. 3 eliminations in 8 races. Ahead of the Nürburgring weekend, he is in 4th place in the Pro-Am class. The cards have been reshuffled. My competitors need to do poorly for me to move up, but I'll give it my all to be in the best possible position. One of his opponents is Michael Essmann. The owner of a specialist electrical installation company is in 3rd place prior to the races at the Nürburgring. There are a few points to make up, but the season is long. I'm extremely confident. There are still many action-packed races to go, so it'll be fine. Currently in 2nd place is Ahmad Al-Shihab from Kuwait. His fans back home follow his races on the big screen.
In the beginning, I start from 3rd, and we gain position from 2nd, and we take the lead for the championship. We win.
But right now, he's still on top, Michael Schrei. He works for Osnabrück's public utility company, is a family man, and is excited about winning a title. It gets really exciting in the last few weekends, starting at the Red Bull Ring, where it'll come down to the wire. At the next 2 weekends, you just have to accumulate points, as many as possible, and not make any mistakes. The Pro-Am in the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. It's been an exciting championship this year with 4 winners so far. And that's how things stand ahead of the 2 races at the Nürburgring. There are also guest starters like Kai Pfister, who are not registered for the entire season. All Pro-Am drivers are bunched together. Key is to keep up. Everyone has their favorite tracks. One driver is in good form, sometimes another is better. Everyone has had many successes in previous years. It's a lot of fun. We're delivering fair competition and great motorsport.
It's very good to have fun together, and we fight each other by safe, and this is very important.
The Pro-Am's a class of its own in the fast one-make cup. Sometimes Pro-Am drivers annoy my talent pool drivers. They can be really fast. The Pro-Am with the fast, non-professional race drivers. All geared up for the big show. Everything's been adjusted once more, and it's ready to go. A premiere at the Nürburgring. Celebrating the world premiere of our new 911 Cup, this vehicle here. The new Cup racing car based on the 911. This is a perennial favorite for Porsche Motorsport. We've been offering it since 1990. Many big names in motorsport have driven them. We've built over 5,000 vehicles, including more than 1,000 of the latest generation. That's how popular this car is. Its name, short and sweet, 911 Cup. We've made big changes to the old vehicle in terms of front axle aerodynamics. We've adjusted many aspects to bring an even better performing product to market, and one that's even easier to handle. We've added a number of functions to the display to reduce the mechanic's workload. It significantly improves work efficiency. The engineers are delighted when the drivers provide good feedback afterwards and are satisfied with the overall handling. The new workplace for Carrera Cup drivers.
New updates like aero, braking, ABS, TC, a bit different wing. We have a little bit more horsepower, so that will compensate the extra weight of the ABS. Looks really good, but also the car next to it, the GT3R, looks impressive. So yeah, really cool to be seeing them here.
With even stronger performance, more horsepower, improved lap times, and simplified handling.
The Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup.
The Porsche Mobile 1 Super Cup and the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland will tackle the first test events in February and March 2026. The new Cup Porsche, a race car that will dominate the one-make cups in the coming years.
Porsche
is a great brand that builds beautiful, reliable cars that can be used in many ways, both at the highest level and at entry level in popular sports. It's very meaningful for us as a team to support these cars. We're very proud this vehicle will be competing in the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland next year as one of 4 selected markets. Looking forward to 2026. To the new 911 Cup. Looking now to the rookie standings in the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland prior to the races at the Nürburgring. Sascha Norden, the Dutchman, is in the lead. It's all still open among the rookies. Let's see how the rest of the season develops.
I'm happy to be leading the Rookie Championship, but of course I'm here to also show what I can do in the overall championship. Everything I learned at the beginning of this season is already coming to fruition towards the middle and towards the end, and I'm super excited to keep going and to see where that takes me in the future.
Behind him in P2, a Brit.
Am I happy with the results of the first half of the season? when you have such a competitive championship like Porsche Carrera Cup Germany, it's not a championship that you can just come into and start winning straight away. And it's a racing driver's instinct to want to win. So when you see 9-10 cars in front of you, it's disappointing for me. But I have to look at myself and I have to be proud that as a rookie, I think I've made a kind of a statement. We're fighting for the rookie championship, and that's what's important for me.
Third in the international top 3, a Brazilian.
I think every race we're just getting better and better. And it's nice to see that we are improving all together, especially the rookie championship is everyone really close. So yeah, it's always nice.
The leading 3 rookies ready for anything. Now they can compete in a very special race, a rookie skill and speed competition with remote-controlled Porsches. Who will come out on top? On a small test track in front of the Porsche hospitality area.
We just did a quick fun race through the obstacle course with an old 997 GT3 with a little RC car and something fun in between.
Sasha, how dare you? Something fun! This is the Titanic tarmac tussle in the paddock of the Nürburgring between the top 3 in the Rookie Championship. Matheus Ferreira then crosses the line, having set a time of 19.73.
We have the battle in real life and also to have it here, just a bit more fun, and yeah, it's always nice to do these kind of things.
Can the pride of Britain be upheld by Joseph Warhurst? Look at the concentration on his face. Look at the millimetrically perfect use of the controls as he delivers a tight line. And of course, he's British. Therefore, he will deliver a perfect excuse as to why he should have gone even better.
I think I gave the other twos a head start because I had cold tyres at the start of the race going first. So I think that's why Sasha won personally. But, you know, congratulations to him. Did a good lap.
Sasha Norden is also the fastest rookie here. Congratulations, and thank you to the 3 young, fast, up-and-coming racers.
This is exactly what we do in the Rookie Championship as well.
Yes, he's pretty happy with his remote control success and leader in the Rookie Championship. The real deal grid is being set with Alessandro Ghiretti and Robert de Haan then as they take their places on the grid here at the Nürburgring in reverse championship order.
When 2 argue, the 3rd rejoices. That will be nice, but we'll see.
So a glance from the rear view mirror shows us this packed grid as we await the lights out. We're on board with Sasha Norden. Let's go racing here at the Nürburgring. Tension, of course, always felt in the pit lane as well. Running down into turn number 1. It is a pinch point here at the Nürburgring as all the cars funnel through. First of all, the right-hander where you continue to go downhill. It's almost like a hairpin. You come back upon yourself. Then it's the left-hander, which is turn 2. If every car can make it through here, it will be brilliant news. But for Sasha Norden, it's far from brilliant news. The leader of the Rookie Championship turned around. He is recovering very quickly, but all he can see ahead of him is every other driver.
I learned that it's important to just finish the race, which is exactly what I did today in order to still grab points for the rookies.
And of course, grabbing points for the ProAm class is just as important as well, with every single point counting. Everyone bunched up together here. It's really tight. Disaster for Soren Spreng. He's gone through an advertising hoarding, and that has damaged the car.
Not his fault. He bumped me, I hit the grass, the tie rod broke, so that was it.
Of course, there are always 2 sides to every story.
We touched, briefly, no big deal. It caused me to skid sideways. Oncoming traffic then hit him on the axle and me on the bodywork. That was the end for him, but I was able to continue driving, an unfortunate chain reaction.
At the front of the pack, it's heating up really rather nicely here. Robert de Haan to the wide outside, but is he going to try and get a slingshot on the inside? Yes, he does. Dives to the inside of Ghiretti. Now, can he get the car rotated? There's a touch. The big beneficiary here, Alexander Tauscher, who rubs his hands with invisible soap, and he goes through to pick up the lead. The target driver kept his cool while all others were losing theirs. Therefore, he feels very satisfied with the lead of the race. However, many others are not as satisfied, like Alessandro Ghiretti.
It was a terrible race for me, starting from the pole and in P19 or 18. Just really disappointing. I got hit when I was leading the race, and from this point my car was just destroyed, and then I couldn't do anything. I was fighting. I tried my best, but when your car is so much damaged, you just can get nothing out of it.
The bemused faces among the teams of the Frenchmen. The fight for the crown with Robert de Haan is increasingly turning into a real battle.
Yeah, the fight was hard. You know, maybe on some perspectives it was too much. I agree, for sure. It's not needed, so we will just have to drive hard, but fair, and that's how we're gonna both finish the championship in a good way.
Now this man shows how it's done. Gianluca Tucaruglu, the A-Works driver, delivering his best race yet and deservedly earning the title Driver of the Day.
I started in 20th place, but managed to make up 11 positions, the most places of all the drivers today, and finished 9th. The car was great, I must thank the team. I'm looking forward to tomorrow from place 15.
It's been a brilliant drive from Alexander Tauscher, who's managed everything, including the tyres in the extreme heat here at the Nürburgring as he heads towards the checkered flag. You win and you lose as a team, and the team are utterly delighted. Tauscher wins at the Nürburgring.
I took advantage of the battle in front and was able to control the race. I had a mega car. It's just crazy to come back like this after such a difficult year. Exactly 1 year after his first victory in the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, the 23-year-old wins again in the Eifel. Congratulations to Alexander Tauscher. For Robert de Haan, the situation is different.
I even got 2 penalty laps, what is a 10-second time penalty in the end. And all because of that, still finishing on the podium was not too bad, I think. So that really showed our pace, our speed.
Finishes second at the top of the podium. The top 3 in Saturday's race at the Nürburgring. The 9th round of the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. Among the rookies, Matheus Ferreira drives home the win.
I had to take out the chances I had in the beginning with the fights and the crashes. Getting P1 now, it helps a lot in the championship.
The ProAm podium. Alexander Hart wins ahead of Michael Schrei and Ahmad El Shihab, whose sons are then allowed to join them on the podium. Evening at the Nürburgring. Gathering for a very special event. Race drivers, team members, and Porsche colleagues all assembled for the driver briefing. In a moment, they will be heading out onto the racetrack, a very special one. 400 meters per lap, top speed just under 50 kilometers per hour. We're at the kart track at Ringwerk and are having a kart race with the team bosses and the ProAm. Ready to start the kart Grand Prix. 10 minutes of free practice, 5 minutes of qualifying, and 25 race laps. We've already received instructions from our race directors here. There are 8 teams, each with 3 team members. These are the 8 teams that are about to push the pedal to the metal at the indoor kart track at the Nürburgring. These team members compete against each other in 3 group phases: free practice, qualifying, and the race. Total points are added up from the individual drivers to the team score, and the best team wins.
Oh, enough of the talking. Let's get ready to rumble, because it is time to burn some rubber, some fierce duels, and quite a lot of fun as well. If I may, a few bold words to the wise. Hit the gas, let's go. Left, right, left. Watch out for the spins, everybody.
There are differences in how some people drive. My teammate did really well.
So come on then, how do you drive fast?
We're live, I'd rather not say.
The ambitious wolf. Is he unbeatable?
Tricky track, tough competition.
If there is a little contact, just apologize, say sorry, and move on.
They're really pushing hard here. We need to make sure we stick to the rules.
Stick to the rules? You can poke that idea. Bend them in the name of success.
In the practice, in the qualifying, in the race, overtake Wolf, and that's it.
Yes, seek him, hunt him, and the same goes, though, for the race director, especially when he doesn't appear to be the highest judge.
I tried to drive into the gap on the outside, but was off course. When they cut you off, there's no more room, you just end up in the tires.
Keep on smiling, Luca. No penalty at this point. The checkered flag is waved. The races are done. Individual results are being tallied.
The points are added up. The penalties deducted, and the result is in. The winning team after the thrilling races.
For me, I have still question marks in my head. But we won. We go now home and we are happy. So it was a good evening.
The Kart Grand Prix at the Nürburgring, a successful evening as part of the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. The pre-start at the Nürburgring, when the drivers have to wait until they are allowed onto the track in their Porsches. It's a relaxed atmosphere before the racing gets underway again. Robert de Haan here with Joseph Warhurst. One person is always here to chat with the drivers to gather information he can later share with spectators and fans during the race.
As a commentator, I think it's more than just telling people what's happening in the race. You really need the stories in the background. You need to hear what the drivers are struggling with, what they're encouraged by. The commentary is about telling the whole story. So I think it's really important before a race to go and see the drivers, to talk to as many as possible. I can tell that story when I'm doing the commentary.
The commentators for the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland, always well prepared for the races.
Across the top, we have all of the rounds, the dates, the venues. We've got the breakdown of how many points are awarded for what position. This is my information. A lot of the time, I won't use it if we have a red flag. This is a lifesaver because when you have a red flag and there's nothing going on the track, you need to have that information, something to talk about. You don't want to be having dead air. So this is really important stuff, but everything I need is on this sheet. Finally, I have driver pronunciations because getting a driver's name wrong is really embarrassing. So for the drivers, certainly at the beginning of the season, I will write their names out phonetically and I will use that to help me with pronunciation.
Brian Oliver is the commentator for the English language live stream, and Burkhard Bechtel is the voice for the German stream. He has been involved for decades and is quite popular among motorsport fans. For me, a Carrera Cup week begins on Monday when I sit down and ask myself what makes the race weekend at the Nürburgring interesting. Do we have an anniversary? Or I look for mundane things like active winners who are back on the starting grid. So, paperwork on Monday. Then my preparatory work begins when I arrive in the paddock on Wednesday or Thursday. Also, the fans are constantly changing. Nürburgring fans are different from those at the Sachsenring. So, I have to do a certain amount of basic communication. Who are we, what do we do, and what do we want to do? Everything else is just casual chatter. I would never write myself a note for that. He has been the German voice on well over 400 races in the Porsche Carrera Cup. Here's to many more. So, our topic is that we're going to dive right into the second half of the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland. This is happening at the Nürburgring. We're driving the short circuit, the so-called sprint version. It's just under 3.7 kilometers long. My name is Burkhard Bechtel.
Dear Burkhard, what would the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany be without you? Your knowledge, you are the voice. I can hear it in my inner ear. How you bring the start of the second race here at the Nürburgring to life as the cars head into turn number 1, all relatively orderly. The previous day's unlucky Ghiretti stays calm, maintains the lead. Tauscher, on the other hand, comes up against Porsche Junior Theo Overhaus. From behind, the next challenger immediately looms with a raised finger. Michael S-Man goes wide, while his colleagues slip through on the inside. Soren Spring, meantime, takes the lead in the Pro-Am class until everything comes to a halt. The race is interrupted. The reason, Emily de Haas crashes into the barriers. The integral safety of the car means she's perfectly okay. However, heavy equipment is needed to straighten everything out. Now, the frustration is felt especially by one driver as his chase is halted.
P10 already. Gotta get a good restart and got still some positions to catch up.
The good restart, critical for Robert de Haan. It's also critical, of course, for Alessandro Ghiretti. He needs to keep his cool and really back up the pack, including Ariel Levy, and put him in his place, which he seems to do as the cars all run through the chicane. Great shot from being on board. Now, In the Rookie Championship, Norden versus Warhurst versus Ferreira. Now, the youngsters are fighting for every centimetre of tarmac, and in the end, unfortunately, Ferreira comes up a tad short. As you can see, after this contact with his rival, his race is over. Emotions are running high.
Such actions are not conducive to winning championships. You learn from them.
Alessandro Ghiretti secures the victory. He overtakes Robert de Haan and gains the championship lead.
They give me a nice setup, a nice car to drive, and then I could develop and win this race from the pole position. Just an ideal race. I think I got the fastest lap as well. So what a perfect Sunday.
With his third victory, he regains the lead in the overall standings. Robert de Haan and Ariel Levy hold second and third for the rookies. Britain's Joseph Warhurst wins here on Sunday.
We had some brilliant battles. I hope that the fans liked it on the TV.
Sasha Norden leads the Rookie Championship ahead of Joseph Warhurst and Matheus Ferreira. In the Pro-Am, the 10th race is won by
Michael Schrey.
So that's round 5 done and dusted here at the Nürburgring. Next up, we're heading to the fearsome Sachsenring from the 22nd to the 24th of August for round 6, races 11-12 of Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Germany. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.
This season in the Porsche Sixt Carrera Cup Deutschland remains an exciting one. The action continues in mid-August at the Sachsenring. See you there.